Alright, Norwich fans, welcome back to Off the Post NCFC on YouTube. I hope you guys are well. Sorry about the hair, obviously with Manning now gone and the club hunting for a new head coach, one name that keeps popping up, and honestly, one that is really interesting is Jon Dahl Tomasson. Now, some of you will remember him from his time at Blackburn, some from Malmo, and honestly, I reckon most of us know him from his playing days as the former AC Milan striker, but trust me, there's more to him than the average name on the bookies list. Today we're breaking down why exactly Norwich are looking at Tomasson, what he brings, the risks, the rewards, and whether he actually fits the direction we need to go.
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home.
Well, let's start with the basics. Tomasson isn't just a former player. He's someone who's learned coaching the right way. He's done the assistant roles. He's worked internationally, recently with Sweden. He's not one of the names in which just tries to coast off a big playing career. At Malmo, he obviously won back-to-back titles. At Blackburn, he took a struggling squad and somehow had them pushing into playoffs, in which his team did beat us twice at Carrow Road in 2 years. Sorry about the hair again, guys. I've literally just had a shower. But he's tactically flexible. He's a motivator, and he's not afraid to look and make bold decisions. And look, you might not have him at the top of your list, but once you actually look at what he's done, you can see why Norwich might be interested in him. Because obviously he was at Sweden recently. He obviously didn't do a good job there, but at Blackburn, like I said, he got them in his first full season. He got them from 19th to 7th, I believe. I'll put it up on the screen now. But yeah, let's get into his playing style on why it fits Norwich City. Well, this is a big one for me. Obviously, Tomasson's style is actually very aligned with what Norwich keeps saying we want. Fast transitions, modern pressing, a clear attacking identity, which is what we've not seen in a while. Developing young players into first teams is which all Norwich fans want to see again. Obviously, we had Max Aarons coming through, Jamal Lewis coming through. A couple years ago, Ben Godfrey. The list goes on. And football that's actually enjoyable to watch, because we don't want to sit there and be bored. Sorry guys, my hair is in absolute state today. I'm supposed to be going to Haybridge in an hour. But fuck me. When he was at Malmo, the team actually played brave football. He took players nobody rated and turned them into match winners. Some familiarity, a certain Daniel Farker. But it's basically just a Norwich blueprint in recent years, especially when we've been at our best. But at Blackburn, he didn't have a squad depth he had here, but he still built a team that pressed high, played with intensity, and could go toe-to-toe with anyone on their day. Obviously, you watch his sides and see something. Us as Norwich fans have been begging for identity, not just vibes, not just hoping for magic, a real structure. But something else that's underrated about Tomasson, he adapts, unlike certain managers that we've had recently. But at Blackburn, he didn't have a technical squad to play pure possession football, so he adjusted. They played in different shapes, they changed tempo, they were unpredictable. But at Norwich, with a stronger technical base, he could actually implement a much cleaner version of his football, building from the back, quick midfield rotations, wide players allowed to be creative, and attackers encouraged to take risks. And like some managers Norwich have had recently, he doesn't just die on one plan. If it's not working, he goes in, changes it, and actually implements the game. But let's talk about the risks. It's not all perfect though. Tomasson has had friction with boards before, mainly around transfers. He isn't afraid to say what he thinks about a club when it lacks ambition or isn't backing him. If we don't match his expectations, we could be on the receiving end of that. And sometimes his football could be chaotic, very high risk, very rewarding. And very high rewarding. In the Championship, I can either get you promoted or get you killed. But why are Norwich even considering Jon Dahl Tomasson? Well, because he ticks the boxes. Modern football, works with young players, proven success in Europe, championship experience, and he has a strong personality. And also, he's ambitious. He wants to play attacking football, and he's someone who actually fits the identity. Norwich keep saying, we want to rebuild. But honestly, he's just one of the most complete candidates Norwich have at the moment and could realistically bring in. Not the safest pick, I know, but probably one of the smartest. If Norwich want to rebuild properly and commit to an identity, Tomasson makes sense. If they want a calm, steady, no-risk option, he might not be the guy. He might have to bring in Gary O'Neill or something. Sorry about my hair, guys. Jesus, I'm going to get comments about that all the time on that. But if you want to play football that actually excites again, if you want a manager with a bit of edge, a bit of personality and track records of improving players, Tomasson absolutely has to be the man for us. But let me know your thoughts down below. Would you take Jon Dahl Tomasson as the next Norwich manager? Is he the right fit? Is there someone else you're backing? Drop your comments. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.